Hello, welcome to my Wine with Jimmy YouTube channel. Here, all about the world of wine, educationally speaking, of course, maybe imbibing just a little bit. On this channel, we help you with all wine education to really give you the confidence if you are looking to study in the world of wine. So on this series, we are talking about the WSET Level 3 SAT. So the systematic approach to tasting. We call this my full examiner's notes. So you can go off and buy the wine and compare with my examiner's notes at home to give you more confidence as you go into your, of course, quite intimidating blind tasting examination. So I will go through my full tasting note. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, it would be great to hear from you in the comments section below this video. You can also click like and you can click subscribe. I don't know if that's where they are, but they both help you and me if you click those buttons. Liking helps the world of these videos, and the subscribe button means you'll get updates from our channel on a weekly basis. So you'll see here we've got a quite lovely wine. This is O'Leary Walker, the Polish Hill River Riesling from Clare Valley, South Australia, 2016. So with 5 years age to it, at a very lovely and manageable 12% ABV, at 13 squids from Waitrose in the UK. Tasted December 2021. Now, of course, 2 marks on the appearance. This is a typical pale lemon. 1 mark for pale, 1 mark for lemon, and no clarity or other observations because marks aren't allocated. Nice nose, lots of character coming off, medium plus or pronounced, remembering that Riesling is an aromatic. So typically you'll find Rieslings at this end of the spectrum. You'll also notice I've given a range. I can. As an examiner, you can't. You must only select one thing per line. So I've put medium plus 2 pronounced here. It is developing, and I'll get to why that is very shortly on this slide. So 2 marks there for the intensity and the development on the nose. The remaining 5 marks out of 7, because there are 7 in total on the nose, go to these aromas. And the way that they're allocated is that it's 1 mark for primary, 1 mark for tertiary, and then 3 marks for anything else. Okay, so that totals up 5. So what about our primaries? Now, any of these. Jasmine, this kind of white blossom note to it, which is wonderful. Honeysuckle, chamomile, maybe just a smidgen of elderflower in there as well. Apple, pear, grapefruit, lemon, lime, little hint of peach and melon. So quite a lot through the 4 key groups there, the 4 key clusters. Little bit of something slightly green in there, mint, fennel or dill, and then a little bit of minerality coming through on this style. No secondaries, no MLF, no yeast, no oak, but then a little hint of petrol, nuttiness like pistachio or pine nut, and hay or honey. So just some edges of development here, which are quite lovely. You could probably say like an oiliness or even a waxiness too, coming through on the tertiary notes. Okay, now this wouldn't be classed as a simple. Simple is where students are struggling to write a number of characters. So if you really could only write 5 or 6, say, for example, that would be something towards a simple. But if you could write more than that, if you are, maybe sort of 8, 9, 10, and even more, that would be this kind of wine, for example. You should be able to write quite a bit about this wine style. So 1 mark for primary, 1 mark for tertiary, and then 3 from any of those 2 groups, along with the 2 marks on the previous slide. That adds up to 7 for the nose. Then on the palate, a total of 9 marks available, 6 here on this slide, and then 3 for flavors. So this is dry. There is no sugar, or very little. High in acidity, of course, it is Riesling. Medium alcohol, just. Light to medium minus body. Lovely elegance behind it. Medium plus flavor intensity. Not the longest of lengths. I went for medium on the length on this. I thought it only lasted about 25 seconds or so. Okay, so they're your 6 characteristics. And then 1 mark available for primary, 1 mark for tertiary, and then 1 from either of those groups gives you 3 marks to add up with the 6 on the previous slide. This is the same slide as we had on the nose, so please Pause this now, do your marking, and welcome back. So yes, let's look at our conclusions. Now, I don't think this is long. Of course, it's a medium length. I don't think it's that complex yet. Good fruit, a little bit of herbal note, and a bit of development, but I wouldn't call it complex. Good intensity, though, great balance. It's a good wine, very affordable at 13 pounds. But I think it has potential to be better. Maybe it will gain more complexity. I'm not sure the length will be there, but I think it might gain complexity. So can drink now, but has potential for aging. As always, we'd love to hear from you about how you found the tasting note. So it's the O'Leary Walker. It's 2016, as we said on the first page. Total marks are 20, 11 is a pass, 13 is a merit, 17 is a distinction. Please get in touch. Let me know what you got and anything you may have found different about your tasting note. Pleasure as always. So if you do find yourself in London, then come and see me, of course, at one of my establishments for a glass, or a bottle. Pleasure. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.